I got one on board. Good afternoon. Robert Deschamps here. Hard time setting this up. I'm going to see how long this lasts. It is hot out there. It's 96 degrees Fahrenheit here in the Desert City. City of Indio. I just left Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio. I don't know how long this thing will stay on. I was trying a couple of my stable devices here on my sunshade, on my sun visor here. I want to take Highway 111 going west. I have done this before, but it was a little bit later. I probably will be going into the sunlight. Right now, I'm in Indio. Just left Fantasy Springs a couple hours on July 4th, 2:15 p.m. I could take the freeway back to the San Gabriels, but I'm not yet. My desire is to go to Palm Springs. Well, I'll do as much as Desert City as I can. These cell phones don't really last long in the heat. And my device hanging on the visor here is generally stable. I might have to mess with it a couple of times. Hopefully I don't. Highway 111. Let me make a right turn here. Highway 111, City of Indio. I'll stay in the right-hand lane. You can pretty much see on both sides of the street here. Highway 111 is the main thoroughfare going to Palm Springs from the 110 freeway going east. And it connects into Palm Springs. Actually, Palm Springs is the beginning of Highway 111. But I am further east in the other desert cities here. Right now we're on Jackson Street, Highway 111. Right to my left is the County Law Building. Usually when I come this far, I like to drive around here and just look around. A lot of new architecture here. Desert cities, all these other desert cities outside of Palm Springs are growing pretty fast. We got a green light. Art Museum to my left. Here's the Applebee's coming up here. A lot of people like to drive pretty fast on this street, but a lot of times they drive slow, but I don't know why they're driving so fast today. A lot of these to my left are different buildings. We're actually in Riverside County. It's one of the things I used to make mistake back then. So far the sun is not in my view. I'm not gonna name this video yet. It's just live. Every time I try to name something, my camera gets disoriented. Of course, you got your fast food places. People selling fireworks here. I know in LA County, I don't believe they sell fireworks on the day of it. Usually they do it up until the day before. Now, if they open the day fireworks booths on the side of the road in Los Angeles County, I don't know, because when I left there before noon, nothing was open. Of course, we're passing by a whole bunch of fast food places. Burger King, of course, Carl Jr., Jack in the Box, you name it. KFC to my left. We're gonna see a bunch of those. I probably don't even have to mention it. Del Taco, Desert Villa Plaza. They even got an El Super here market, the supermarket, El Super. Got a lot of vacant land out here still, and it does get pretty dusty out here because it is in the city. Of course, they're going to repurpose most of this land that used to be farmland or vineyards. Right now, I'm right in the center of the highway, Highway 111. A lot of resorts around here. Not particularly where I'm at, but we will be in an area where there will be a whole bunch of resorts. Of course, there are a lot of small motels, of course. But it looked like you're not seeing anything, but actually the cities are, or should I say the homes are actually my left and my right. Those where the homes are. You won't be able to see them from here, just the main street. And they also have a lot of small hospitals here. This is Robin Shawnee, I am. Just doing a peekaboo right now. Nice, beautiful day. Right now it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Here in one of the desert cities. I think I'm still in Jackalope Ranch. Shields Date Garden. I've never been there. World famous date garden. They sell date shakes there. I keep saying I'm gonna come here. They got weird hours, but they serve breakfast and they got of course I see a garden. I'm gonna call it kind of a strange place or a weird place. At least that's what it looks like. Back on the road here. Not looking at me. Longhorn Steakhouse to my left. Dunkin' Donuts to my right. Some vacant land and some new buildings coming up. Oh, there's a Chick-fil-A is gonna be here soon. Lots of gas stations. But you don't want to be around here late at night. Okay, we're in the city of La Quinta now. City of La Quinta. You just crossed La Quinta Drive. You can see some of the landscape of the desert mountains in front of us. Of course, if you go on the other side of these mountains, way on the other side, you'd be in this going towards San Diego. There is a highway that goes through there. I don't know which one it is, but I have been there. I have been driven through that part of the mountain, didn't know where I was going. End up where I was supposed to be. Just the main highway. Oh, there's a McDonald's. Hobby Lobby, Taco Bell to my right, Target over to my left. La Quinta Drive and Highway 111. A lot of these cities, much like Arizona, when they build them up new, they always paint everything kind of a brown color. I guess that's the desert color. Kind of a brown color. But I'm alive. Highway 111 in the desert cities. Right to my right is Panera Bread. I got my camera fixated, or should I say my cell phone fixated. Almost 16 minutes into this broadcast. We'll see how far it goes, whether it gets too hot or not. Wherever it drops off, that's where we end it. The desert cities from Los Angeles is only, depending on which part of the desert you go to, only about a strong hour, a good strong hour, maybe an hour and a half. It doesn't take very long. Oh, I see there's a Red Robin over to my right. I can't get no closer view of that. You got Kohl's, Petco, Big Five, Five Below, Pokehana. Fresh crafted poke. Now open, Five Below. They're hiring. Stater Brothers, Staples, City of La Quinta. A lot of little eateries, a lot of restaurants. I definitely have my air conditioning on. It's still 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, I've been in these areas where it's been up to 120, 125 degrees. But today, July 4th, 2025, it is 100 degrees here in La Quinta, the city of La Quinta, California. Highway 111. The Desert City Highways. Now we're in Indian Wells, the city of Indian Wells. Resort living, very expensive homes. Most homes in the Desert City are one story. They are starting to build a few that's two-story, but I think they really want them all to stay one story. The apartments, that's a different thing. I'm not really going that fast. I'm only going about 50 miles an hour. Moving my sun visor a little bit. Just want to go for a ride, this is the one you do. You get a little bit too tired, you can always get a nice looking motel here. Like I said, they got a lot of resorts here, a lot of golf. Most of the resorts have their own golf facility. A lot of people play golf here. Of course, they're set back a little way, so you really don't see them play golf. That's the difference here. I think that one place you can. And you can see how manicured this highway is, because they're either homes on the left or it's a resort on the right. So everything is mixed use. Resort and homes. Of course, all these areas started out many years ago as a community of retirees. And it just blossomed from there. A lot of this stuff is fenced in, so they're definitely $1 million properties. I really don't know what to compare it to. I'm sure there's some other places here. But when they have all these little cities and they all kind of changed just a little bit from one thing to the next. Some of these have been around a little bit longer than the others, or probably been around, but they haven't done no renovation. Now the cities are renovating a lot of these vacant land, actually putting things on it. Expensive apartment, expensive homes, fenced in. If you can afford to live here in any one of these desert cities, you're doing good. There are homeless here, probably not in this section, but when you get to Palm Springs area, you start to see a few homeless on the main street in certain pockets. They still show waterfalls or water fountains here. They're still not ashamed of reusing water here like many other places. I believe we still are in the city of Indian Wells, California. Little shopping malls everywhere. Sprouts. They do have Sprouts. Trader Joe's everywhere. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Okay, we're in Palm Desert. El Paseo Drive. My intent was to get up early this morning, but I decided not to and just do one thing. Sometimes when you're driving, it's just not good to overextend yourself, but just enjoy the ride. A lot of things or places that I wanted to go were not open today, or they had limited time. Some places I wanted to go back to. But we're in Palm Desert right now. And they got more stores left and right on this highway that you can count. They have a lot of stores. A lot of them are closed today. Rubio's, Coastal Grills, that look to be open. I think Hamburger Habit look like it's open. right. This is Highway 74, San Diego left lane. That's the highway I went many, many years ago. And it's kind of a long drive through the mountains. It's not really a scary drive, it's just that you go through the mountains. El Paseo Design Center, they got Walgreens. Like I said, almost every corner there is shopping. So you can definitely find what you want. And banks. This highway is not in any banks. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings. Walk City here over to my right. Food was pretty good. I haven't been back yet. Islands Restaurant. Dave's Hot Chicken to my left. That's kind of new. Been there a while, but it's new. Chipotle. Of course, gas stations almost everywhere. Men's Warehouse. PGA Tour Superstore Golf and Tennis. Red Lobster. Big Five Sporting Goods over to my right. Outback Steakhouse. That's over to my right. Going by it, been to there. They got them all here. Dollar Tree. They used to have the 99-cent store, and they also had Big Lots. I think that one's gone too. But you will see some stores closing out here, believe it or not. I think I did mention that sometime. Ethan Allen Furniture. Just crossing Bob Hope Drive. Here's the river. Shops at the river. Cheesecake Factory over to my right. Little waterfall. Dave and Buster's. You know, I never been to a Dave and Buster's. Now, a lot of design stores here, they're closed. There's the Old Spaghetti Factory over to my left. So whatever you want to eat, you can find it. That depends on what city you're in and how many they have. I'm not going to say they have the same place in every city. They kind of work hand in hand here. If they close down, they'll just move to the next little city. Old Spaghetti Factory. And that's someplace I ain't been in a long time. Hibachi Steakhouse. Got this car wash, Rancho Super Car Wash, the elephant there. They even sell those golf carts here. A lot of people don't necessarily have to drive too far. They don't have to play golf, but they do sell the golf carts here. So if you want to do some little errands, you don't have to do nothing. The library to my right. They do have a little planetarium there. This Highway 111 leads right back to the 10th freeway. Of course, you have to go to Palm Springs, or you can go north toward the freeway. But if you just like to drive, it's a good area just to go for a drive. You can leave Los Angeles, San Gabriel area, leave in the afternoon or leave in the morning, come back at night. Or you can book you a resort here if you like playing golf. Or not play golf, just book a resort. Use whatever amenities they have here. I have to admit that sometimes service is not necessarily that great 24/7 because you're always going to have an anomaly of problems. One time I booked a resort through another resort here. You're going to be there a few days. They never did get the door right. Anyone could have walked in on the room. They kept trying to fix it and fix it and fix it. I didn't get it. I never understood why they couldn't fix the door. You would have to use a lock on the inside once you're in, but if you was gone, anyone could just break into the room. And this was like a big high class, I think, Marriott type resort. Nice looking rooms, but so far as the technicality service, it was pretty lousy that time. I only been there one time. It probably would only happen at that one time, but just the same. That's a bad mark. Especially if you got cameras and stuff. You can't go nowhere. Always people come into your room to see if it's fixed. Not really. Kobe Japanese Steakhouse. Never went there. Always passed by. Kobe steak. Supposed to be one of the best. And now you got Wagyu. We on Highway 111. Only been on almost 37 minutes. Palm Springs is the main one. Okay, we're entering Agua Caliente Indian Reservation area. Of course, there are businesses and everything, but this is still their land. pretty big tribe, Agua Caliente. Of course, they got several hotels now, or shall I say at least 3. Was 2, now it's 3. In the Palm Springs area. One of them's gonna be on Highway 111. One over to your right, that's Agua Caliente Casino. It's pretty new. Only a couple of years, a few years. Brand new casino. Very beautiful inside. Now they're doing some construction across the street here. This car jumped out in front of me. There used to be nothing but vacant land. Now they're putting buildings on it. Desert Thai over to my right. I've been to that restaurant quite a few times. The food is very good. Trill USA. Mary Pickford Theater over in this area. Also did some Christmas tree light video here. And this is Cathedral City. Cathedral City, California. Or the city of Cathedral City. However which way you want to say it. I haven't done a drive video in quite some time, so I am very happy to redo this. I haven't even put a thumbnail on here yet. Or titled, just live. My cell phone didn't act strange this time. Sometimes I try to put all the information in, and that's when I mess up, but this time I just said, just shoot the video, stupid. Shoot the video, stupid. Just don't worry about that. If you got a long drive, all you want is an evergreen, decent video, at least to go as far as I can. Straight shooter. Super Taco. Another restaurant to my right. Castaneda's, I think that's it. I've never been to that Mexican place. Castaneda's. There's a lot of eating places here. Guess can't name. Some of them is hidden. But it's the usual ones that we know. Castaneda is one of the restaurants that have been around. Eisenhower Health Center. now approaching Palm Springs. 43,000 plus, the sign said. So we're now in Palm Springs, not downtown, but we are there. They still don't have enough lighting in the whole desert, Highway 11. They don't put much lighting on this highway, so it's very dark. You definitely would have to have something to get around in. I don't know how long these buses last, but like I say, it's pretty dark. So here's another new building. Modern luxury living. Looks like those are two-story, I guess condominium homes or condos, whatever you want to call them. And they have plenty of car dealerships, so they sell every brand of vehicle you can think of. There's Genesis of Palm Springs, Hyundai, BMW of Palm Springs, Porsche of Palm Springs, speed limit here is 50 miles an hour. I'm going like 48. Some people want to go a little faster. But the thoroughfare is pretty fast. I like to do road videos from time to time. LA, like Vermont, Normandy, Crenshaw, Main Street, Figueroa, La Brea, and outside Highway 111. So I've done this one probably more times than anyone, but this look like this is going to be one complete one. I hope it goes all the way through. It look like it is so far. A lot of apartments over to my left and right. Now those are 2 stories. There might be one that's 3, but I think everything is 2 stories. Well, no, there's a few here. Oh yeah, the resort. I just passed by one of the resorts that I stay at. I believe I did. A lot of buildings are closed down. They were restaurants. So there was quite a few restaurants that closed on this street in this area. So I'm gonna assume that they probably either put more condo living space. They're definitely home to my right and to my left. Mostly to my right. Everything else is commerce, markets. Sagaro Hotel and Pool. I'm gonna go on backside of Palm Springs. Maybe I'll go around, do a 360 degrees around downtown Palm Springs. Let's see what happens. I still got some unfinished business here. You have to plan things just right here. You either take a tour or you just drive through and you don't care about all those other kind of things. I wouldn't walk these streets, not even during the daytime if it's hot. Maybe on a cool day, but it's mostly, like I said, like Travelodge, but when places that was restaurants that closed up, there's abandoned. There's a restaurant here that I keep trying to go to. Elmer's is always crowded. Ain't nobody there now. I guess it's closed for July 4th. So I'm gonna assume that downtown Palm Springs, many stores will probably be closed today. And that's where all the tourists are. There are other restaurants, small restaurants here that you can eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Do not necessarily know what time they close up unless I actually go to them. But like I said, you do have strange folks here. You know what you don't know what you be getting into. You have to watch it. Because Palm Springs is one of those places that looks sleepy at times, but then when it wakes up, it is crowded, especially at night. Of course, I was down here, what, a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, doing a reshoot of Marilyn Monroe statue that they moved like 50 feet. New condos over to my left and new condos over to my right, and tractors and everything. Repatterning of the street. Building to my left was a KFC. That's gone. I guess they moved it. Yep. Got the name, can't see. It was a fancy building. The architecture was pretty interesting, but it closed down. I guess they're gonna tear down the building unless someone leaves it like it is. I'm sure it's not on the National Historic Registry of places to preserve. Okay, we're looking at Palm Springs proper, but you have to go around because it's a one-way street at certain ways, and we'll probably get that and go around and see what it looks like. I better watch my hand there. I'm about to erase that. I'm about to erase that little hand thing there. Maybe I'll leave it in. It's gonna have some imperfections, right? Well, at least it's 99% doable. There's IHOP to my left. Of course, I've been there a couple of times. I think I did a video of that. So this street is what it is. It's always like this. Sometimes you see a great deal of homeless here hanging around. Of course, I've been seeing one here and one there. But we're on the back, I'm gonna say the back side. Well, this is Indian Canyon Drive, not really a back side, but it's not going through town proper, but there are restaurants here in town. It's still considered downtown Palm Springs. Let's go. This is another Castaneda restaurant. There is some people sitting down in the shade. You're always gonna see one or two people sitting in the shade around here. There's a downtown parking. Best Western to my right. The foodie joints all along the street on both sides. It looks like it's pretty crowded. On the other side. This to my right is the Agua Caliente Cultural Museum. I never get a chance to go in the Cultural Museum. They're always close to the casino. So we'll just go straight through. I can always do Palm Springs again. And this is a main thoroughfare. Highway 111 is a one-way street in downtown. It does go both ways somewhere down here. Somewhere down here. Let me turn here. I like going this way. Sometimes I forget what street is what, but I think this is the one where I actually do want to make it. It is. We're going to connect to Highway 111 going the opposite way. Because if you make a left turn here, it's one way through downtown Palm Springs. But right here is two-way going back the other way. And that's what we're going to do. Nothing but eating places along this street here. And vacant land here and there. So we're back on Highway 111, two-way. because the people who are going the opposite way are going into downtown proper. We are downtown, but they're going into downtown proper. That's where most of the tourists be. Now, of course, there are some motels up this way, a couple of restaurants. The famous aerial tramway, I have been on that quite some time. Looks like they're gonna build another structure over to my right. Denny's over to my left, still in business. Unless you down, oh yeah, this is like some brand new buildings over to my left being built. Usually you don't see people walking down the street, Palm Springs, unless they're in the actual downtown area where the big hotel is and all the eating places. Normally you don't see people walking down these streets unless they're staying in a motel, there's a liquor store, they're going to get some gas, or some apartments. To my left, there are homes to my left, and there are homes to my right. So far it's taken us about an hour from Indio through Palm Springs, which we are in still. But I'm gonna hit the freeway differently. I have done it the other way, but I prefer this way. There are homes to my left and to the right. Of course, there's a lot of parking lot space, but most people won't park there. So if you turn here, you're going to see a sign that says Palm Springs Area Tramway. You do have to make reservations. You can dine up here. Includes tram fare and dinner at Pines Cafe after 4 p.m. I haven't been on it since they redone the tram. It's a newer tram that goes up into the mountain and back. And it used to be free parking, so I read that it then cost to park, so I guess the visitor center is still there. It don't look like nothing. I can't see inside. So we on Highway 111. I'm going to get over to my right. Such a fast people come by. There are homes over to my right. These homes been built, I think, about 20 years now. So they're not very, very old. I think 20 years. These homes to my right. Over to my left is nothing but mountainside. Except for my little single finger blemish there, I guess it's nearly perfect. But this is the part that I never did going back. I've done it going forward. But this definitely will be pretty much a complete video live. If I would have done it the other way, I don't think it would have lasted long. It would have gotten hotter. Highway 111, going back toward the 10 freeway. I could have went another way, decided not to go Palm Canyon Drive, but go back Highway 111. Look at the landscape. Been this way going into Palm Springs, but I might have done this partially. So I'm actually going from freeway to freeway without getting on the freeway in Indio. But right now I'm running parallel to the freeway on Highway 111. It will connect and run out, just like you came in. And that's when this will end. Somebody here. Oh, they're just on the side of the road. As you can see, it's a very nice looking road. It does end. There is a gas station. Over to my left, you probably won't be able to see it, but there is some new houses over there. Some of them are old, some of them are redone. There is a newer gas station. I don't think they sell ethanol there, but they sell all the others. Maybe they do. I don't see no signs. Usually if you see an ethanol sign, you don't see it unless you get right up on the gas station and you find out. Or someday you drive there, oh, they have an ethanol and not just regular gas, but ethanol. Okay, got some new homes over to my left. But down here further, you can have your, what you call them, dune buggies still? Or trail bike, whatever they call those bikes. You can ride on the sand dunes here. off-road vehicles. So you can rent off-road vehicles here and go all in the sand. Might will get a cameo toward the end. All I had today was Dutch Brothers coffee. I'm coming to a close to where the 111 meets the I-10. I'll see you in my next video. Whitewater, 3 miles. Like you're trying to mess up me at the end. I'm gonna hold it up here. I'm at the end. I'm messing with it. What a beautiful day. 102 degrees at the end of this video. Palm Springs area. Going toward the Morongo area. Freeway right in front of us. Connect. on the I-10. Orongo area. See you later, folks. Have a great rest of your July 4th.